When it comes to crazy world records, it doesn't get better than this. We have the highest water jump in human history. We then have the blink and you'll miss it knockout, as well as what some consider to be the largest meal eaten by a person in one sitting. So without further ado, here are the 10 insane world records of all time. So let's dive right in, shall we? Number 10. 193-foot water jump. To show you we mean business, we decided to start this list with one of the toughest world records to pull off. Now, we have a daredevil that jumped off of a 193-foot high waterfall and survived. His name was LASAGNA, and he was raised in Switzerland. So he found one of the highest waterfalls in his country, which happened to be Cascata del Salto waterfall in Maggia, Switzerland. And you know what he said about the jump? Once you get above 80 feet, he told Red Bull, everything starts to look and feel the same. The only difference is the air time. And it took him 3.58 seconds before he landed in the pool of water. But before he made the jump, he had to make an entire platform which he used to jump off of. After the jump, gravity took care of most of the work. So at the bottom, his body was traveling at a speed of 76.4 miles per hour. According to Red Bull, the hit was so loud they likened it to a gunshot. Number 9. Fastest knockout. There's nothing we can say here. This is a blink and you'll miss it moment. The fight was over in literally less than 2 seconds. That's how long it took Mike Garrett to knock out Sam Herron. Just a quick kick in the lower jaw was all it was needed to take Sammy down. There was no fighting, there was no tension, there was nothing. Just a powerful thwop in the face, and that was it. And get this, Garrett had only been training for 8 months prior to this match. And yes, he has never fought in a ring before. This was his first match in the ring. But that's not all. He actually won a Guinness World Record for the fastest knockout. Again, if you didn't see the clock, it read 1.13 seconds. What a victory! Congrats, man, you deserve it. Number 8. Farthest arrow shot using feet. Now we know that there are some pretty deadly women out there, but none even come close compared to Brittany Walsh. She, an American from Portland, Oregon, and she managed to clear 40 feet with her arrow, using only her feet and legs. For this stunt, she had to practice for 11 years before even attempting the stunt. Plus, she even displayed her skill in theater and the circus before trying to break the record. To achieve this, she first had to stand on her arms. She then took the bow with one foot and the arrow with the other. Her body needed to contort and bend her body. Holding the arrow tightly in between her toes, she pulled the bow and struck. The arrow flew for 40 feet, and Brittany Walsh was the new world record holder of the longest arrow shot using only her feet. The record was set on the 31st of March, 2018. Number 7. Driving a mile on 2 wheels. The Goodwood Festival of Speed has one event that stands head and shoulders above all the rest. It's the fastest 1-mile, 2-wheel strip driven by a car, and people from the country and even the world come to see someone attempt to break the record. In 2018, that was stunt driver Terry Grant, who stood behind the wheel of a Range Rover Sport SVR. So how long did it take him to drive 1 mile on 2 wheels? Only 2 minutes and 45 seconds. This beat the previous record holder for around 30 seconds. We weren't really surprised when we found out that the man reached speeds of up to 60 miles per hour, driving on only 2 wheels. Even Grant himself admitted to how hard the stunt was. He said it really shouldn't be underestimated how difficult a 2-wheeled speed run like this is. You are always fighting to keep the car balanced right on the edge. Number 6. Most Big Macs eaten in one sitting. How much do you think he ate? 10? Maybe 20? What about 30? Nope, that was the previous record holder. Joey Chestnut, on the other hand, managed to clear 32 freaking Big Macs in one sitting, and in less than 40 minutes. This was 15.36 pounds of food that he had to put in his bottomless belly. That's just over 18,000 calories, or about 9 days worth of food for the normal human being. But not for Joey. He wanted to celebrate his cheat day and made it epic. The man cleared 32 of those bad boys, and he did it without missing a beat. And you should know that he had a dream of eating as many Big Macs as he could since he was a child, while other kids dreamed about becoming a doctor or a pilot. Little Joey imagined himself as a competitive eater, and after eating all that food, he then said that he's starting to feel the burger sweats. That amount of food was enough to give the normal person a heart attack, and Joey barely broke a sweat. Number 5. World's largest lasagna. You think that eating 15 pounds of food is difficult? How about you try to clear out 5.29 freaking tons of lasagna? You heard that right. The largest lasagna in the world weighed 5.29 tons. But one of the things that bummed us out a little bit was the fact that it wasn't the Italians who made this food monstrosity. Oh, no. It was some Polish chefs that wanted to beat the Italians at their own game. Well, kind of. They actually did this to honor the Italian national soccer team that happened to be staying in a hotel near this restaurant in Krakow. So the chefs teamed up and managed to make this humongous lasagna, which the players helped cook. It took 10 hours to bake it, and 10,000 people could eat copious portions. Although, because of the rigorous diets that they needed to follow at the time, none of the soccer players could try this giant dish. Number 4. Fastest dragster. Some of you might have heard of the term dragster before, but for those of you that haven't, here's the definition. It's a specialized vehicle that's used in drag racing. You will need to drive on a 1,000-foot track as fast as possible. And due to this extreme velocity, many cars blow up in the middle of the race. The fastest car to do so at the 2019 Top Fuel Dragster was Brittany Force. It managed to clear the 1,000 feet in 3.659 seconds. That means the driver was going at a speed of 336.5 miles per hour. They say the race goes by so fast that you can miss the entire thing if you just blink. Number 3. Most bees on a person. With this record, we move into some of the life-threatening records. A man from Taiwan City took home the world record for most bees on a person. The number? 1.1 million little honeymakers were strapped to this man, which added an extra 240 pounds to his weight. To prevent the bees from getting to his mouth, he lit a cigarette. Aside from saving his life, the cigarette made him look like a true boss. And don't you think that the bees stood still? The man suffered from 2,000 bee stings, and his body temperature rose to 140 degrees Fahrenheit, so he had to cool off in a barrel of water. Number 2. Most ghost peppers eaten in 1 minute. His name is Mike Jack, but that's not the important part. The important part is that the man attempted this challenge at the Heat Wave Hot Sauce Expo on the 2nd of March 2018. He ate 3 of them in under 10 seconds, and the rest followed suit. You should know that the Butjalokia has gotten 855,000 points on the Scoville scale, which measures how hot a pepper actually is. While people can barely eat even one ghost pepper, which is the hottest chili pepper in the world, this guy from London, but the one in Canada, he managed to eat 97 grams of this stuff. Judging from experience, ghost peppers are hot 2 times, on the way in and on the way out. So this guy is going to have one hell of a trip to the bathroom. Number 1. Largest freefall formation. While you might think jumping out of an airplane is hard, these Thai guys were making different patterns while free falling to the ground. It was February 8, 2006, and 222 people joined their forces to make this a reality. To take all these people to the skies from where they jumped, 5 airplanes were needed to make what is currently known as the largest free fall formation in the Guinness Book of World Records. While quickly descending from 25,000 feet in the air, these guys managed to make an interesting pattern, hold it for 4.3 seconds, and then regroup to form another one. That's a whole new level of crazy right there, don't you think? And on that note, we end this video. But hey, do you know any crazy world records that we didn't mention here? You can tell us in the comment section below. If you'd like more videos like these, Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss any of them. And as always, thanks for watching, guys.